I know that you have a hard time with her, but I also have a friend who I'm having a really hard time with, and she is so exceedingly and inexplicably peculiar and altogether impossible to describe. I just can't really put a finger on it. What's yours like?
She's blonde.
Um,
Why did I do a British accent? She's blonde.
the other day, my friend Mary was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Uh-huh.
And the question was, of course, for me, like a Batman question, easy. And they were like, "What is Batman usually described as?" As like in Sean Murphy's Batman, the White Blank, or in the Nolan trilogy, Batman, the Dark Blank. And I wanted to tell her, but I didn't know like if they would catch me, so I just start singing. I go like, "Ma Mary, ma Mary, ma Mary the night."
The night. Does it have a thing?
What?
Doesn't it should? The night that goes after Marry the Night and then go the night. Is that a different song that I'm thinking?
And the Mary the night it goes like Mary the night, the night, the night,
Okay.
the night, Mary. Should we record?
Alright, let's start the pod.
This is gonna be a very like I feel like I'm gonna raw dog this one, and I have a lot to talk about the events of a few days ago and about the events of today.
Girl, I forgot we're doing
Cabaret.
Okay.
No. We're not doing cabaret. I'm gonna do a joke about it later.
Okay.
You're gonna have to shut up when we
Okay,
start
okay.
talking about what we're talking about. We're not doing cabaret. We're doing
Okay.
Do you have a lot to talk about?
Well, yeah.
Well, then talk.
Can't talk yet. I have to tell you something first.
What?
Well, there's a thing that they say.
Tell me what thing? What thing? I'm so excited.
I
I'm so
have to tell you. I heard it
so, like,
recently. It's the best thing I've
you
ever
didn't
heard.
tell me that we're gonna talk about this on the podcast.
I know. I have to Okay, so when you step, when you step on a crack, foot on the crack on the pavement,
a pavement.
you step on it. Apparently, you break your mom's back.
Parent.
Lee.
Birth named Lee, a mother named Lee will have her back cracked. I think the places, the people, the things, the 4 times we talk about Wicked
Yeah.
are so mother that we skip those cracks. How have we been doing? What do you have to tell me
Okay,
about?
so we skipped the last week.
Because I was feeling down
Yeah,
under the
you wanted
weather,
to,
I wanted to just read my comic books that I got. I'll
Yeah.
tell you a lot about those comic books, but I'll put those at the end. I have 2 bad things to talk about. You tell me
Okay.
about the mold.
Let me tell you about the mold. So
Let's talk about the mold problem and the fact that there is a huge mold problem.
So
I'm drinking
First
out of
of all,
my
I don't know
Ariana
if I
Grande
talked
Wicked
about-
cup.
yeah,
I'm drinking out of my Glinda cup.
Glinda. God, that's a good. But I don't like the gay accusations. I don't like the straight erasement of Glinda and Miss Alphaba.
Me too.
However, the funniest
the
meme,
jokes.
to me, it's gay Linda with the gay.
Gay with the gay.
Anyway,
I don't like the straight. Make it about friendship. They're friends.
leave
They're
it.
friends.
They're friends, and it's a beautiful story about
And
friendship.
You do your thing. You can ship them. I don't care.
Yeah.
But don't make it seem like that's what the story was going. Don't make
Yeah.
it seem like that's subtext.
Yeah.
In the book, it was.
Yeah.
In Wicked, the play, it is.
But also, I saw a girl because she does she's on TikTok and she really delves deep into
She's in TikTok media.
yes, like queer culture and stuff.
She's a queer media.
And she everyone was like, in the book they kiss, in the book it's very obvious, and then she was like, fuck all of you. I read the entirety of that book just for that
hoping for
hoping for something to happen, and it's one vague, like she leaned in and kissed her, like could have been on the cheek, could have been her hand.
Yeah.
Never explicitly was like, oh, they made out. Like
Yeah.
they're not scissor sisters.
No, but
Okay,
it's
leave it alone.
in that book it's subtext, and in the original Wizard of Oz, Glinda does have like a castle full of the prettiest girls in the country
Yeah.
to beckon at her every call. I get that, but we're watching Wicked,
We're
and
watching
and this is not subtext. This is this isn't canon. This is your
Yeah.
canon, and this is what you experience as a canonical thing, and it's just not the same. And and there's like. There has to be some romantic charisma there,
Yeah.
which they don't really have.
Yeah.
And in Star Wars, the 7th one, there's these 2 characters. They're like this close to fucking. They're both male, and it's
Yeah.
like if somebody went like this to her friends, I'd be like, "Mama, what am I to you?
Yeah.
If you think they're straight, what am I?"
What about it, girl? Anyway,
Any
so
cruises.
last week I was sick. I got sick. I got violently ill.
Sick diva.
Yeah. Violently ill, haven't been this ill in a very long time, right? Sure, whatever. That goes by. I'm like, okay, Slay, it's over.
I'm also kind of sicklish the whole time.
Yeah, it's like I still have like the, occasional phlegm.
I have something in my nose.
Phlegm.
She's a man eater. Make it look. I have this scratch in my nose. You know, like you're always about to sneeze.
Yeah,
Like when
I
you're
didn't
sick, you have that. And then I always have the weird taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like kind of, but it's not fully slimy. It's just the
Just there. Yeah.
just being like you're sick.
Yeah. So okay,
It's my
fine, that
homosexuality.
passes. Yeah. And then I go and I decide that I'm going to clean. And that was last weekend, I mean. Right? Yeah.
Clean mama.
So I'm like, but a deep clean, like I'll move the couch, I'll move the bed, all of that. What I had failed to realize that there was a half full bottle of Coca-Cola.
Mama, this is worse. You realized it at first.
Yeah, that's the thing. I saw it, but I didn't realize that it was there, and it's been there for months, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I pull it out, and it's moldy. Like there's white mold forming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fine, trash.
Be more
obvious.
descriptive. It's gonna be like very
Very important to the storyline.
story.
And I take it, I'm like, oh, that's gross, but like whatever. I take it and I put it in the living room where the trash was. Right? Following? Great. I go and I'm in this frenzy. I started cleaning at like 5:30, so I'm trying to be like, okay, let's get this done as soon as possible because it's already like nighttime.
By the way, in that time I was watching Wicked for the third time.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, I come here now. I come back to the living room.
Selma, what do you do? Selma, what do you do?
Fresh bottle of Coca-Cola that I had been drinking sporadically throughout the day when I
don't think anybody knows where the story's going.
And I grabbed the and the meatballs.
And the Coke winds up being moldy.
Winds up being poison, and I take the poison. 3 gulps in, I realize that I'm drinking the mold Coca-Cola. And isn't it like any normal human's prerogative would be like make yourself throw up? No, like throw it up.
Oh no. I mean, I'm not saying no. Like I wouldn't have to make myself throw up.
Yeah, you would
on the carpet.
Yeah, my thing is, I'm like, okay. For some reason, I was like. First, I was like, oh my god, this is gross, panic, whatever. Once I left it, I was like, oh, this is going to be a good testament to my immune system.
I get that.
I'm like,
get that.
Let's see what you can do, bud.
Mine would
just crash.
Instantly.
I had
no, not crash.
3 days.
Mine would just be like, oh, this is Coke.
This is, it's life. I had diarrhea for 3 days, naturally. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay, that passes, and I get this. Do you think like you can't imagine like
it's pain. It's pain
on the side of my face. Heaving. So it's pulsating. I get like a little swollen. It's awful, and I realized that it's a tooth that I'd already fixed before. So I never had issues with my teeth. I had issues with my alignment of my teeth. Never had issues with my nothing was ever no cavities. Shit like that.
Your issues with your teeth were more of like.
I have 3 teeth in one space type thing.
Looking into the mirror, being like, "You are beautiful, no
pretty girl.
Dentist can't bring me down."
So I had already put that one tooth had an issue. I had an issue with it before. I went to get it fixed.
I have one like filling.
Yeah,
and it's like half a filling, and they didn't even go fully into the tooth. And I am, me and my dental hygiene. It's once in the morning.
But that's also a thing of like you kind of get your teeth used to it. I really do think that a lot of
I think with teeth it's explicitly
genetic thing.
With teeth it's genetic. I think with your body it's a lot of like what you get it used to.
Yeah.
And also some like part genetics, part that.
Yeah.
But with teeth I think it's mainly genetics.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, my problem is so I have the filling in and it starts hurting again. I'm like, why? First of all, I could sue you, doctor. The first time, though, when I went there, he was like, oh, you have this very special fun thing that only like 8% of the people in the whole world have, which is I don't have 4 of those little holes. I have 6 or 8. I'm not sure. It's either like 2
what
or
holes?
double. Like not like the canals. So,
Okay.
like in your teeth, you have usually in these you have two,
So what
and
he's
in
saying is that your
have four.
mother and father might have been
Me,
a
is
bit related.
just a little bit, and I'm like, well, lovely. How like
How
why wasn't I
joyous!
born a Hadid? Like, why do I have to
How joyous!
be special? It's things that make me hate my life. So when he does that, he has to go like double right in, and then I go back the like prekete, and then I'm sitting there, and he as soon as I walk in, because I know how the way he thinks, because this is what he did to me the last time. I'm like, as soon as I sat down, I was like, don't do anything without anesthesia. I don't want it, like whatever. He's like, no, don't worry, we're not gonna do it. And I'm like, fine. He goes, he takes a picture of the tooth because I thought it was the one next to it too, because that one really hurt, but it was just the pain. Like
I'm like,
pushing it.
don't try anesthesia with me.
No, I can't. I don't. I'm not. I don't have a thing with needles. Poke me all you want. I don't give a
You
shit.
can. He can come into that crevice with a drill,
Hammer
a hammer, a saw,
somebody else's tooth.
a tongue, and I'd be fine. The second the needle approaches, I'm in Sazi.
Yeah, running. No, but I'm like, I don't want to do. And he's like, okay, let's see which tooth it is. He looks at the one, takes one look at the one next to it. He's like, this one's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So it has to be the one that it's already fixed. I'm like, oh, great. And I'm looking at him the entire time, being like, you did this to me. You could have. No. Anyway, and then he's like, let me just take the filling out. And I'm like, fine. He's like, that's not gonna hurt. And I'm like, sure. He goes and he does it, and then he's like, okay, we're just gonna get it fixed without anesthesia. Trust me, you're not gonna need it. And I'm like, are you absolutely 100% sure? And he's like, yeah, trust me. Like, I've never been sure of
Where do you
anything.
go to?
The people who do my braces,
Where? Who?
like, uzimce jedan or dva. Are we? Koje su uzimce? No, either. One time I was asking for a
Dobry
cab. I was
Bośnia.
like, yeah. So anyway, he's like, trust me, it's not gonna hurt. And I'm like, okay, Slay. He goes in with one, doesn't hurt. Second one, doesn't hurt. Third one.
She
It's-
cracked her neck all the way around.
The way
I swear, I
narcissist.
swear, a second it was almost like her sister was.
He pokes it. Now, like it's a it's a vein. It's a pain at the start of my vein.
I would have just slapped him there. I have a friend who did that.
Good. I should have.
No, but she was like, they were like giving her anesthesia, and they were like, if the needle hurts, just raise your hand.
So I walked in there being like, okay, I don't want to be sexist. I really don't. I don't trust men in that profession. In any nurturing position, I'm more keen on wanting women. I don't know. So I walk in there being like,
My dentists have to be male, not because of sexism, but because it's the most erotic thing of all time.
okay, fair.
That's
Fine.
for me. Like fingers in my teeth, and I'm just on that table, like, and I'm like wriggling a little bit,
Yeah.
and he just keeps playing with my teeth. Mama, maybe it should be a woman, but
Yeah.
for their purposes,
Yeah.
you know.
So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties. He gets like pulls. And also, he's a talker, which I'm like, how do you expect me to talk to you?
Oh, mama,
Fists in my mouth.
have you met me? I manage. I've had talker dentists, and they're like, "So what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, you watched Wicked recently." And I'm like, he said, "I heard you help me," and then we had someone cry.
And then he starts serenading me, which is kind of sweet and fun. He's like, Selma, Selma. And he's doing it. And I'm like, okay, that kind of is soothing. I'm going to say, like, okay, whatever. That's kind of cute. But I walked in there hoping to God that his wife would be there just so I can be like, take a look at this guy. So he's doing all that. He walks away and he's like, who did this filling like before? Like, who did it? Me or Layla? And I'm like, you did. Nadir, I'm Layla. Leave her alone. And then he's like, oh, dobra, like whatever. But it's all jokey. It's all fun.
Yeah.
The point is, my brain exploded. I come home and I'm like, I did everything right correctly.
Mhm.
I had a toothache. I went instantly to the dentist. I should feel better, and I don't. And I don't understand when you do everything right and it fails.
This is the origin story of Luigi Mangione.
Yes. You do everything right, and just the system fails you every time. I feel better now. I will say it's fine. Um, I went to see my family yesterday.
Oh yeah, I didn't talk to you about that.
Yeah.
How are you holding up?
It's it's fine. You know,
It's cool.
it's cool.
You can say that you're family, but we know the truth.
Truth, girl. I went to see. Here's my thing, and I want to get a little bit serious here. I don't get my grandma's thing.
Okay, what's her thing?
She is a very loving, caring woman.
Okay,
She is.
but she gave birth to your father.
Here's my thing. You have two sons, biological sons that you gave birth to, that are going through a divorce. One of them has a criminal record for beating his wife. Not my dad, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Surprisingly,
But
not
that's
your
just
dad.
because my mom never called the police. And then you're going to sit here and be like, to me, you should do this with your life. Do it like this. I'm not asking you for advice. And also the one thing that pisses me off, which I know is such a like
Balkan.
jealousy thing.
Okay.
It's not a jealousy thing. It's like a childish, I guess,
Yeah.
thing to be like. She keeps talking about Freya, which is her like.
Love that name.
I know, me too. I love the girl. She's great. She's our age. She's really
Love
fun.
the girl.
Love the girl. But she'll be like, "Oh, did you know that she pays her parent like she lives in a separate wing of the house, by the way." Like, and she pays her parents like rent, and they like take the money and they keep it for her for later and stuff. And I'm like, you don't understand. I pay rent.
Yeah.
Nobody's keeping that money for me. Nobody's saving me up.
Yeah.
Nobody. I have like I'm doing like and she cooks for herself and she does everything by herself and she's so like with it and like all the
And
I'm
you're like, I have a gay butler.
what are we talking about here? You think she won life?
He knows how to make great spaghetti bolognese and great rice with mushroom sauce.
Yeah,
That I don't.
that I don't particularly like, but he seems to love it, and I trust him. But
And every time she eats it, she's like, I don't like this, but you love it, so
so it's probably good. I just have a taste buds of a 4-year-old. But here's my thing: so you keep pursuing that. Meanwhile, your sons are so great and so nice and so fun, and like
why are they not paying you rent?
Why
is Ella not paying you rent?
No, it's not even about that.
You know,
it's a thing
if
of,
your mom and dad got divorced when you were a kid, he would have to pay alimony.
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. That is hilarious. No, but I'm sitting there like, okay, you're coddling these full-grown men
Yeah,
who
60.
like, and you're sitting there being so like, no, my boys, my little munchkin yards, like whatever, everything they did, and like all the divorce is obviously none of the women's fault, none of their
the
fault.
men's fault.
Yeah, it's always them. Like, it's because they got divorced because my mom was an alcoholic, which also like, yeah, she is.
Fair, but like,
But that's not the reason.
if you want to start with the man in the mirror.
Exactly. He too is an alcoholic. He too is awful. Like, don't make it a thing. Just
No.
anything. Just be like,
it takes two to tango.
Exactly.
Is the best expression.
Yeah. But whatever. I get that she's very like family blood. I need my blood needs to be taken care of. And I'm
And
like,
she's
sure,
like, you never go against the family.
Yeah.
Mi familia. The long Halloween.
So she's very that. But I'm like, every time I see you, you find a way to be so like, oh, I love you. You're my favorite granddaughter because you're my first, and like all these things. But to be also so like, I'm the only one who gets shit for anything.
Yeah.
Ever. And I'm not even doing anything wrong. The only thing that I will say that is like my fault is like, oh, you don't come to visit me enough, which fair, I don't, but there's a reason. You know?
Once again, Batman said, if you want to see change, start with the man in the mirror.
Batman said that.
That.
And I just, every time you make me feel like crap, every time I go there, you're like, oh, this and this and that. My mom pissed me off too.
Okay.
Which, it's a bit of a heavy topic to talk about, but the friend that I talked about, she's dying. There's nothing left in, and I want to like talk about her because I don't want to get
emotional.
But no, I do want to say one thing.
Speak your truth, sister.
I hate the fact that I won't. The worst part for me is I won't get to see her.
Yeah, you won't be able to say goodbye.
Because like, and my mom, the thing
And
is,
you missed it by a day.
by a day. My mom went on Thursday. I was gonna go on Saturday, and I like texted my boss. I was like, I know I work this Saturday, but I'm gonna leave for like a 45-minute stops because visits are like half an hour. So to get there and to come back, I need to see her.
You're a better person than I am. I would have been like, my friend's dying.
No, but I did, but I was like, hey, I have to see her. I don't know how much she has left, so I have to. And he was like, whatever. But I'm saying like, and I was about
Your
to go and
boss.
see her.
My friend's dying. Whatever.
He fully said, okay. Anyway, and they were like, okay, and literally on Friday, my mom texted me and she's like, oh, now they're saying only like close family can go and see her, and I'm like, fuck, like, and I couldn't go before because she wasn't here. She was in like Sarajevo and shit. Doesn't matter. The point is, that, and I remember like a week before that, right when she came back, I texted her, like DM'd her, and I wrote this like beautiful message of being like, it's gonna be fine, like just
Yeah.
to be like, hey, I'm here. And she didn't see it.
Yeah, because she probably can't use her phone
Like she
properly.
can't like do anything. She didn't see that. I did visit her once when she was here, and I did have like my hug and everything. But it's like, I don't know. Whatever. My mom pissed me off. I get that you're scared now. I get that you're like, now everything has to be in check. You have to do everything. The woman is dying of cancer.
Yeah.
You're texting me saying, not, I mean, she was like, hey, you should get everything checked out. And like, all that, that's fine. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
It's like, and lose the weight. Lose weight. Like, at this point, it's like, I would understand you're worried about my life if I were obese, like if I can't walk, and you're like, okay, this is scary for me because my friend is dying.
Yeah.
You need to get. There's nothing wrong.
Her friend was in better shape than she is. She like, from what I hear, well, was she a dancer, by the way? Was she in Virus? I feel like she was.
I don't know.
But she was a very active, very like she
fit person.
That's the tragedy is that she lived it correctly.
Yeah, she did everything
when it
right,
comes
and
to health.
Shit happens.
Didn't do like steroids or something. She's just normally, naturally healthy and active person.
And like shit happens, and like, and the entire time I'm trying to have the like emotional maturity when I'm talking to her to be like, don't take it personally, don't cause a fight or do any of these things because it's a scary time for you and you don't know what's going on, and you're scared for yourself too because compared to her, you're living a shit life.
Yeah.
Like you're drinking all the time, you're taking pills all the time that are not subscribed.
Well, no, I would genuinely just go back like, okay, stop being a booze hound and stop pill popping.
Exactly. And now you're gonna be like, oh, you need to lose weight and like all these things. And another thing that I'll talk off because it's that part was a bit too much where she went with. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
And I was the entire time I'm just trying to be like, okay, sure, yeah, you're right, and like all these things just to be like, okay, let's all calm down. But meanwhile, you're also being like, oh, you should get yourself checked out. I'm like, okay, great, let's go together. And she's like, oh no, I can't. I'm too scared. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? You're
hypocrisy. No, because you know what will happen? She's afraid that they're gonna find in her system how much of an addict she is, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, you should solve this."
Yeah, or no, but she's always had ever since her mom died. She's had the thing about doctors where she's like, if I go and they find something, that's it for me. I'm killing myself, and that's it. She has that in her head, and like I get that, but
Mama, I don't even need that. Just because
you don't know about it doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah,
like it's not fixing anything. You're just making it worse, and like you're the one who has the problems because you're constantly having like your uterus hurts, you're painful, everything is painful to you.
And your friend, it was a situation where it could have been handled with creams originally. Yeah. Not that she should have went before. She just like some pains, and she was like, I don't have to check it out.
Yeah.
Like, and what makes your mom, think that hear that and not learn anything?
Yeah, and to like then go around and like tell everybody else how they're supposed to live. Like I get it. Like, and also like pap smears and all that thing, all those things. You should start. Every woman should start doing those once they turn 20. I'm like, yeah, sure. I didn't go yet, but like I'm 23. You're almost 50.
Yeah.
You never did it. Yeah. Like, who's more in the wrong here? Like, it's just it doesn't.
And it's not a thing of like for making it look like she cares for you. It's a thing of like, I'm scared.
I'm terrified, and like you need to like, and like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Like I don't have these problems that you do all the time.
Yeah.
And like, what am I supposed to just be like? Okay, don't go, Mom. I don't care if you live or die.
Yeah. Yeah, you should. That's why I said yeah.
So anyway, but it's just been an annoying, like, I hate having to be the adult all the time just because I understand what's happening.
I know
You don't.
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
So you're dumb. All
Yeah,
of you
yeah.
collectively, like, oh my God.
Most people in our lives. It's no. Let me start my story. Because it's similar to that.
Yeah.
My dad recently. So my mom got an operation now. Now she's a bit weak, so
Yeah.
like she can't do a lot of the things. And I help out with what I can when she asks me. I do
Yeah.
stuff usually. And if I can't, I say I can't. You know,
Yeah.
there's I can't just come at your beck and call
Yeah.
to anybody in
Yeah.
this world. I tell my boss no, like I need you to do this, and I'm like I can do it between these and these hours.
Yeah.
So
Boundary.
I go like that, or you now like tell them not to give me any calls.
Mhm.
That's the way.
Yeah.
And he goes like, okay, do it at this
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
So my mom's now a bit weak and everything, and then this first started like I'm so pissed at my dad. Like grandma came over and she bought some sweets and she bought a cake,
Yeah.
and I just eat cake like with the
Yeah.
fork. I don't give a shit. I don't cut it up. And
Yeah.
she bought like two bigger pieces, right? It should like at most it's a fourth of the cake, right?
Yeah.
And then I started eating it like that, and I started eating the second piece like that, and my dad goes like, "Oh, why are you eating it like that? Like nobody can cut it up." And my mom's like, "Who cares? Like I ate it like that too. Like
Yeah.
after him, who gives a shit?" And then my dad's like, "It's not." And then this is what I hate the most. He shuts up, goes,
Mhm.
and then comes back. Like
It's such a like. Ooh, I can say this.
yeah, no, it's because he's like, "No, I won't. I won't." Oh yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I have to say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a thing of he goes back and it's like that was half a cake, and I'm like, you just love over exaggerating
Yeah.
to a point. One time I ate manti and there was two portions, fair, like but he was like, there was enough for four people there.
Sure, a whole village. Let's
Yeah,
let's
like,
feed the starving children in Africa.
absolutely, yeah, that's and he goes like, it's not that I wanted to, like that's not the, and I'm like, yes, it is,
Yes, it is.
because if you made it about my weight, you would say the accurate number.
Yeah,
You wouldn't paint me to be this like I ate
yeah,
that's we do that in jokes. I
Yeah.
like sometimes I eat two portions of things. Yes, I love food. Like even if I did,
Yeah.
who gives a shit? Fuck you, fuck
Yeah.
off. So now I'm angry at him, and then me and my mom go for a walk later than, and she's like, "Can you start like now? Whenever you eat, like always washing the dishes."
Mm.
And I'm like, I'm at work. I'm like, you keep expecting me to do these things like at work.
Yeah.
She goes like, "Can you do?" And I'm like, "No, I'm like the clock is ticking. There,
Yeah.
somebody is calling me."
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then she goes like, and I'm like, I have my tempo. Just don't wash the dishes,
Yeah.
and when I am able to, I
I'm
will.
not like telling you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And she's just like, no, but then your dad gets mad at me being like, oh, he didn't wash the dishes. What does he expect you to do it? And I'm like, that's his thing. He always goes like, John, do you expect your mom to do it?
no.
There's the third person in this room.
Yeah,
There's the third who is saying this.
yeah,
And then it's like that I'm not like I have to be asked to carry the firewood. I have to be asked. A lot of the time they're like starting a fight.
expect people to do things where it's just like, yeah, read my mind.
Yeah. No, and she's just like, no, those are necessities that we need in the house. And I'm like, I don't need fire. Like,
Yeah.
it's today, especially, it's warm.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was also warm. And you started a fire for no reason. And no, she goes, like, yeah, but it's like, and I'm like, ask me. And she's
Yeah.
like, no, that should be. And I'm like, that's not a priority for me. And then she goes, like, yeah, but. And I'm like, no, the second you say but, you don't understand.
Yeah.
And you're not listening to me. And I go like, your problem is what dad says, and you are letting somebody who is just unhappy with me control both of our lives.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stand here and be like, yeah, I'm going to start doing all of these things for you. No, I'm not. If he sees dishes that he doesn't like, wash them yourself.
Yeah.
If you see dishes that you don't like that are there, wash them yourself. If I'm saying like, if there's like if you don't do them and then you see that 4 days nobody's doing anything, yeah, beat me the fuck up. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'll wash those fucking dishes.
Yeah.
It's just you want me to do it now when I can't, when I or don't want to. I have my rhythm of things. I bring firewood when you ask me to. And one day they like my mom asked me and I was like, no, I'm already in bed. And then she was like, made a big deal about that, and I'm like, why are you letting him push you around? He's causing you more stress, and he's making it seem like I'm the selfish one who's hurting my mom
Yeah.
when he's the one who's creating all the stress in the
Yeah.
household. Because she washes the dishes, she does all those things because she goes like, I don't want dad to yell.
Yeah.
And she like, it's not that he yells at her being like, oh, you should have done it. He yells at her about me.
Yeah.
And then the only reason she does those kinds of things is because of your selfishness and because of your narcissism. God. But no, that's the thing that I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. No, and it's no, I hate it. I hate the like everything can be handled normally. The problem is with most people like this, and I think my dad does the same, where it's like he's not going to say anything, he's not going to say anything, he's not going to say anything, and then suddenly he's going to be like, "How dare you not
About
do this?"
these
Like,
40 things.
Yeah.
Like the things that he didn't say
Yeah.
anything about.
and it's like, well, what? How was I?
And my thing with my dad is like, I can't communicate with you.
Yeah.
So just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And my thing is, how are you not noticing that you're the one causing stress to my mom?
Yeah.
Like, how are you not realizing how hypocritical you are? Anyways, on a segment that we didn't have on this show for a long time,
Mhm.
what did Aydin do?
Yeah.
Woo!
You should get one of those like soundboards.
Okay, I wake up today.
Let me
My
just get my charger. You talk.
to get your no, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna pause. I need you to be reacting with me here. So this morning I'm waking up. I'm waking up. She's so mean. Anyways, waking up from a text from my sister, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know,
What did I
already.
do?
It's not that I hate my sister. It's just like there's no reason for you to text me outside of like we're buying our cousins a Switch. So I thought it
that's
was like yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was something about that. But no, she goes like, I got an email. An email.
Oh my god.
An electronic. Do you know why email? Because she blocked him on Messenger.
No crap. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he proceeded to then delete all his social media except Messenger. Because he can't.
Here's someone else I know.
Because he can't stand all the. And I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit. You do you. Actually, I do give a shit, but I wrote him this long message that I've talked about it
Yeah.
extensively on this podcast before, and then I blocked him. My sister then sent me like, she was like, what's your email? I gotta forward it to you. And I was like, just send me screenshots. I'm not even gonna read that.
Yeah.
She sent me 4 screenshots that are those 4.
To the brim.
No. Those 4 to the brim are about me.
Oh,
And she goes like, and he had double about me.
Jesus Christ. Mental hospital.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. And then she starts talking. I read them, and it's like, and you're gonna laugh. He goes like, I didn't know John was gay until he told me, and like I never had a problem with that, and I know. So he's making it seem like I'm this
Yeah.
liberal snowflake
Yeah.
who got offended about like the things he posts. When I told him like what, and then he goes like, and he tells me
That's
that
the easiest to accept in his head.
yeah.
You know, so
And he
it's
goes like, and that's like he tells me that he called me emo, he called me pathetic, and I'm like, I called you emo, nothing else, because
But if the shoe
and he goes like, and he called me some other things that I had to Google what they mean, and I'm like, idiot.
That's hilarious.
Yes, like and like acknowledging that.
Yeah.
I get that. That happens. Do it in your own privacy and pretend that you knew. But like
That you knew.
no, because it's a thing of like
Oh.
you're just now explaining that
Yeah.
you didn't understand what I was talking about.
Admitting that you're stupid.
Yeah, and then he goes like, and what does he have to teach me as a 22-year-old? What that there's 47 genders? Because I said like I don't have to teach you how to behave like a normal fucking person
Yeah.
when you're 40 and I'm 22. Now 23. So, and then my sister also explains to me like, but that's like I didn't read. I was
Yeah.
just like, it's one of those like whatever you see is what you'll get in 2025. 47 genders. And so my sister then says like he did double the amount for me,
Jesus Christ.
and he talked about
Call the police.
how his friend is the reason that she hates him now, and how she like made her hate him and shit like that. Yeah, her friend, one of her friends, was like the reason that now
Yeah.
she hates iodine. I don't like that friend of hers, but like I don't like what she like. But it's not that
Like
she
literally
hated.
Steve sucks.
Yeah. So I wrote this long message, and I gotta ask you something. When you unblock somebody from Messenger, can you block them then again? I think
Yeah.
you talked. Okay,
Yeah.
no, it's just a Facebook thing.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, okay. Because I wrote this long message, and I'm like, I tried to be nice with you. There's no. I go like, I started with like, listen here, you.
Little shit.
I no, I literally wrote like. I wrote it. Let me try and translate it to my best extent,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna write it to him. I don't give a shit. Um, I go like, listen here, you absolute cretin, predator, stalker, and creep.
I love Cretan in like a English.
Cretin.
Cretan.
Um, I stopped writing to you because of your acting, and I tried to explain it nicely to you, but it seems like I have to continuously drill it into your brain.
Yeah.
um, I don't care about your political stances. I just mention them because they annoy me, and you paint me as an offended liberal snowflake who can't hear anything but his own opinions. I have friends who are transphobes who just know that for me that piece of information is important.
Yeah.
I can stand a conversation about things like that. I don't how to not condemn. I condemn trolling.
Yeah.
I hate trolling. And because he always does this thing, he writes, and what's important, he does like full caps.
Mhm.
So he goes like, "Have you seen the movie Watchmen?" Like in anything.
Film.
And then I go like, and because you love to full caps everything that's important, let me put it to you this way, and then just
Yeah. I love that. Like, it looks like a poem.
I stopped being your friend because you're an emo again
Degenerate.
degenerate who doesn't listen and stalks and scares my sister.
Yeah.
If you're already going for your facts that you read from Google, stalking is any form of way of continuing an interaction or asking for a relationship, in quotes, any kind of relationship where a person told you no. Aydin, you are scaring my sister.
You're a creepy man.
Yeah, I
Kill
said you
yourself.
are not. I didn't tell you that I have to teach you politics or biology, just the most basic morality and way to behave as a human being. Of course, and then he mentions like that he went to like when he started had to like apply for his job, he had to do like a psyche eval, who told him basically like, oh yeah, you're a victim.
Yeah.
And I go like, of course, of course, your psychologist is telling you that you were in the right. It's because you're making yourself a victim, and you don't understand that what you're doing is harassment. Legally, me and Naja could get a restraining order against you. I understand that you had issues in your life, but so did I, and so did my sister, and that doesn't make a selfish narcissist. Your acting is similar to mine from high school or even primary school,
Yeah.
where a person doesn't have any introspection, just says what is on their mind, um, and doesn't understand that somebody said, "Leave me alone." I don't be pissed however much you want, durse, like
Salt.
sulk however much you want. Your forced sadness, me and my sister are not a priority. Stop harassing us. Get a psychologist who enjoys a fucking child.
Yeah. Also, move out. You're 40.
He did move out for a second, move back in.
Pathetic.
Pathetic.
little gay guy.
Pathetic little gay guy. Pathetic little gay. And I don't like all your family. Your whole family can suck it. I don't give a shit. Your dad is a harasser, like a sexual harasser, like predators. Your mom has no issues of privacy. Did I tell you? Like, she just grabbed my phone and she was like, "Give me your password." And I was like, "Why?" And she was like, "I want to go through your pictures." And I went like, "No."
No.
I just went like, "No."
No.
And she went like, "Why?"
Because there's porn. A lot of it. It's
And the thing is, she go like, "No, but let me check what porn you watch." Like that's her. That's what she behaves like.
I know, it's horrendous.
Okay, the second this is over, I'm unblocking him, sending him that, I'm blocking him again. I hope I'm not gonna say
Not gonna say it, but me too.
it. So yeah, I have to wake. I cannot escape the grasps of that man.
Yeah.
And if I was Naja, I would literally go to the police station and be like,
Fully.
"This man is harassing and stalking me."
Like, leave me the hell alone.
listen what she told me. She was reading that letter for 15 minutes and got to the halfway point.
Jesus. What is wrong with like?
First of all,
at this
what is
point, you're obsessed.
first of all, what is wrong with my sister
Yeah.
being like actually reading that?
Yeah, but it's also
And she goes like, "I'm scared." Like,
No,
which
you're
fair?
obsessed. You're a stalker. You're crazy.
Yeah,
Like, and you have this idea of like, okay, what do I really want to sit down people like this and rationalize it to be like, okay,
but you
what do you
can't.
expect? But like, tell me, what do you expect is gonna happen?
Yeah,
You did that.
yeah.
Now what?
Don't justify yourself. Don't do this. Don't do this. What do you expect to?
Yeah, what's gonna come? Like in best case scenario in your head, how is that gonna transpire
Yeah.
then? Like, you're so cute.
And also, like saying that about her, that her friend is, and my sister can get pretty dumb, but like she was very smart with you.
Yeah,
I mean, not very smart. I would have
it's been a while.
cut him off
Yeah.
for the first minute. I'm just saying it
It's
is
like also you're 40, she's what 25,
4 years older than us.
so whatever 27.
Seven.
Okay, but it's like
But also, you started talking to her when you were like 38.
Yeah.
She was like 20, 21, 22.
like you've watched her grow up.
Yeah.
Like you're crazy. Like that's insanity. To me.
yeah.
You're like going after this girl. Altogether, you just suck as a human being. You have
No,
no
and
goals
it's-
in life.
No, for me and my sister, it's not. That's not the creepy part because we understand that it's genuinely a thing of like one person in his life was nice to him, and that's
Yeah. Get a life.
get a life. Stop having one. Jesus, it's. And no, I'm just gonna unblock him and send him that because I was like, I'm afraid it's gonna seem like a loss, but I don't give a shit. And
Yeah.
if he tries talking to me any sort of way, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna talk to your family about this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like talk
Call your mom.
to call your mom. No, and it's a thing of like now when we go there, if he tries to talk, I'm just gonna be like, don't touch me,
Mm-hmm.
don't talk to me, don't interact with me,
Yeah.
don't even try to. I was sometimes I wish I had more gal because more gals. No, more of an audacity because we were one time his whole family him
Yeah.
we were all in a room together
Yeah.
and they were talking and then he starts sending me messages.
Ugh.
I wish I went like, I didn't know, why are you writing me?
What do you want?
Why are you writing me? Why are you talking about how your mother is annoying?
Yeah.
Like,
That's also. Oh my god, you were fucking over their lives. You moved back in when you're 40. I'm assuming she does everything for you because you're
Yeah.
a man child. And to be like, oh, look at her. My mom is so. Like, you're 14. You're acting like a 13-year-old.
yeah,
Like, why? What?
no, I can't
I hate
stand
men
it.
like that. I hate people like that.
Yeah. Jesus, like it's just no, it's genuinely like when's the moment that you go like, oh, I'm a stalker.
Yeah. Oh, you don't. That's
That's the scary part, that those people don't realize that they're predators.
Yeah. No, because it's also a thing of like, if he saw his exact behavior in like a show or a movie, he'd be like, oh,
That's
a
what I
creepy
mean.
guy.
He would watch Baby Reindeer and be like, that's creepy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
When it's the exact
You're
same
doing the
behavior.
exact same thing. The dog is being very cute.
Yes, he
There's a
is.
face on my leg.
I just cannot stand. Everybody's coming home. It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
Plymouth.
We're gonna hang out on Christmas.
Well, I don't know. I think Amala's gonna come over because we're gonna like, we both took the days off, being like, oh, what are we gonna do?
Okay.
So it's like, we gotta do
So I'm
that.
gonna spend it with Anis. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just
We can do like the.
we need a full day of like what? Because I have too many movies that
Yeah.
we gotta watch now.
No, I'm thinking like Saturday.
No, we're doing like a 11-hour marathon.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
I
At this
know.
moment, we're gonna do Saturday. We're gonna waking up. Okay, so Muppets Christmas Carol, normal Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Muppets Christmas Carol again.
Yeah.
Kidding. Muppets Christmas Carol, normal Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
Um. Tokyo Godfathers,
Yeah.
that anime one that I love, and there's this guy who does like like I sent you. She did Tokyo Godfathers and Carol. He also said Holdovers is good. I want to watch that. And then he said like, of course, Carol.
Yeah. It's. Oh.
It's and then we're gonna do just Christmas movies.
Grimace.
Just Grimace. It's funny because just Grimace. We're gonna watch 3 of those movies are like. This is what it was like to be gay in the 20s.
Yeah.
And then the other one's like,
So sorry.
look at the hardships of homeless people.
Yeah.
And then one's just like, look at this child who doesn't think his dad accepts him. And I'm like, Christmas.
We had a lovely time.
Christmas. What else is a Christmas movie? I forgot. It was
Um,
there's a thing that's like technically a Christmas movie, but it's not Die Hard. I mean,
I was about to say.
Die Hard is the classic one. There's Batman Returns.
Okay, so
Yeah. Um what are they called? Mistletoes. Mistletoes can be deadly if you eat them. Well, a mistletoe. Well, a kiss is deadlier if you mean it. Pussycat. Pussycat. Um, but yeah, no, I can't wait for that. I got a 1,168 page comic book.
that's fun.
Yes, I read all my comic books. They're great.
Yeah.
They're good. You can read Batman Ego, but just the first story because the other ones are kind of like you gotta get no Batman.
Yes.
This one is very like, why isn't he killing Joker? He's talking with his ego, being like,
Yeah.
it's Bruce Wayne talking to Batman.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah, yeah.
storyline. So and it's very short, and then you gotta read Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum, I've never read anything like it. That's the one with the creepy imagery. Girl,
So what's the lore?
just Joker let everyone loose in Arkham Asylum and like made everyone escape except the people who wanted to stay. So there's like a lot of psychologists still there, and then it's just a thing. Some villains you won't know, but there was a villain that even I didn't know. But you just read it and you're just
Yeah.
what the like. It's very genuinely going through the psychology of the villains.
Yeah.
And no, there's a thing in the beginning where Joker goes like, I'm poking, like calling them and being like, I'm poking her eye out.
Yeah.
And then Batman comes and he's like, didn't you say? And he goes like, April Fools! And then he just lets her go.
Yeah.
Grabs Batman by the ass.
Lovely.
It's terrifying. And then it also explains the story of Amadeus Arkham, the guy who made Arkham. She did Amadeus Arkham, who made the Arkham Asylum,
Yeah.
and how he um how like his daughter and wife were killed.
Yeah.
That moment,
Mhm.
because I don't know, you keep his story and you're like, and then there's one moment where he explains how he found their bodies. Genuinely had to like put down the book for
Like,
a
nope.
few seconds. I was just
Yeah.
like, Jesus, it's Christ.
Processing.
It's
Processing.
it's amazing. But Ego's fun. That's fun. Under the Red Hood is very like you gotta have a PhD in Batmanology
Yeah.
to get it. It's this whole thing of like Robin coming back, and in the movie, like it's explained for like maybe a more new audience, being like, oh, this is what like kind of simplifies it.
Yeah.
But here, Batman talks to every single like superhero or sidekick who died, being like, how did you come back?
Yeah.
And it's this
Well,
whole thing of like how they but it's amazing. What else? And then Curse of the White Knight, which is just the first Batman comic that made me tear up
Yeah.
because Gordon died. And
No.
in this universe, they're like, if they died, it's there's no coming
Yeah.
back.
That's it.
And he also made it like super like Batman in that comic is very the most like I'm a hard fighting criminal and I don't really have
Emotion.
yeah, and then he sees Barbara run away, and he was like, "What?" And then he hugs him, and I was like, "Ah." And then I got what Anna's got me with the 1,000 something pages. It's the guys who wrote The Long Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like all their works. So it's like the prequel Haunted Night, and then it's The Long Halloween, and then it's The Dark Victory, and then it's Catwoman When in Rome.
Ooh.
What a name!
Yeah,
Catwoman
When in Rome.
Actually, Ego has another Catwoman story that you might like.
What?
And it's just her going like it's the most like I need to find a team to do this biggest heist ever, and it's so like it's thriller noir, but it's so on the nose, like it's teetering on parody.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been. I there's not really much happening of like I just work, I come home, I work, I come home, and it's because I don't know. This week I was just like I just needed to get it over with, and then it's 2 days, and I'm not working till New Year's.
Yay! I will work though, like Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll work. I won't work on the 25th, and then I'm working like Thursday, Friday, and then I'm off until like the first.
Fun.
Yeah.
My thing is next week should we do just all the Christmas stuff we watched?
That would be fun
Or if
to
something
do
really
like
like if for
clicks.
if like Tokyo Revengers has a chance of like really clicking, maybe
Yeah.
we could just do Tokyo
Sure.
Revengers or something and just mention like Christmas Carol and shit like that. But yeah, no. The day before yesterday, we watched this musical movie
Hmm.
about these two people who didn't start off being that close, but over time,
Time.
like made more of a
Hmm.
connection. And then one's more like a free spirited kind of like like a girly girl, and then the other one's more like serious and like. But then the other one starts opening up because of their friendship together, and they fight this like oppressive regime
Hmm.
that tries to that tries to take over and control the people in their own way by giving them this enemy
Hmm.
that everyone should hate.
But you know,
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong
yeah. There's nothing wrong with
with
those people, and it's just I don't know. What did you think about Wicked?
it. No, we watched Cabaret, and honestly, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be.
More fun.
It's
And I kept whenever you mention it, I'm just like, oh, this movie about the introspection about
not Germany, and I'm
Nazi
like,
Germany.
but it's lies fully. Like, what are you talking?
She turns off a light.
It's like it's like, oh, like no, I did like it wasn't devastating enough and it wasn't fun enough, so it was just a movie. You know what I mean?
I know it was not a movie. It was a film.
It's a film.
No, but really, it is just a film.
Yeah,
Like it's.
there's no like, oh, this is a
I'm
general
not.
point to
I'm
me.
not crying, but I'm also not laughing out
Yeah,
loud. But I'm kind of being like me. But I'm kind of being like, well, why is that?
yeah. I do like. So when did this come out?
70
Cabaret,
something
like
72.
70s,
Like,
and they made a whole like storyline of the two guys having a thing, and then the girl too, and with all of them. And I'm like, can like that's a story I want to hear. Can you all just have fun together? Like, let's do that. I did
no,
like
because it's Nazi Germany.
it's
So
yeah. I did like there was a Nazi guy who came in the beginning and they threw him out, and
yeah,
then
and
at
then
the
in the end,
end
there's
it's
just
just
Nazi people
Nazis
in the
there, and
audience.
it's scary.
It's a terrifying movie,
I
and
did. I don't know. I don't think now I'm looking back at it. I'm like maybe I was just out of it, so that's why I wasn't like, oh my god. But it is kind of like her having the abortion at the abortion clinic with the
it's with the
abortion doctor,
abortionist with
the abortionist. So the whole story. So it's her. She's doing the cabaret thing. She meets this guy. They kind of get together. There's another guy who comes into the picture who's like
Wait,
rich in
I
here.
gotta say something about Cabaret.
Hmm.
Cheesy jokes and technic clothes. Way back when they had no porn, just fans. Left terrible time for your penis to live in. Actually, that's burlesque. It's not cabaret.
Yeah.
You gotta watch burlesque, please. Now, burlesque is a fun romp.
Yeah.
Wagon wheel with two seat.
Wagon wheel with two.
Snap out of it. Share, bitch.
um. So they all get together. I mean, she's with the guy, and then she's kind of sleeping with the guy. But it's a hush
Yeah,
hush
there's the
thing.
main guy. They're kind of being like they're she's kind of kind of a sex worker.
Yeah. But
And
just I don't think directly. I think she's just kind of doing it in the way of like when I need money, sure.
no, but that is like she's still doing sex work, so it's
Yeah.
like what kind of like
Bless you.
it's like not Nazism. Nazism?
Not yeah. Nazi. Yeah.
Nazism? That doesn't sound correct. Nazi, not.
Nazism. Well, the Nazis. The
There's
Nazi aspect of it.
there's a word for it in English because in Bosnian it's Nazism,
Yeah.
and in English it's like I don't know the Third Reich. It didn't fully,
lore.
but it didn't fully like pop off yet.
Yeah. So it's right at the beginnings of it, and I love the idea of it being so like, oh, yeah, here's
A pamphlet.
pamphlet.
Like,
There's
it's
like
so weird to think about it. Like imagine it's
It
one of your
was-
political parties.
yeah, it's just a political. At the time, it was just a political party. Wait,
Oh,
my
speak
mom's
of the
calling
devil.
me. Speaking of Nazis. So
No, it's really weird to see that like the Nazis were just just
yeah, just people.
yeah just like here's a pamphlet. I'm telling you, my favorite part of the movie is when Tomorrow Belongs to Me,
Hmm.
when just this like nice child
Yeah,
starts being like, "Oh, father," and you're like, "Oh, what up?
yeah, what a powerful,
Inspirational,
yeah,
powerful. Like, you look at you, the
yeah.
youth that we will live tomorrow." And then it's like they're,
It's like, oh, but
and then the
Nazis.
camera pans down and he's having a nuts, and
No, but
he,
that's the thing. If the idea of Nazis didn't exist and you were to watch that movie, you'd root for them, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like you,
well, it kind of depends, because like they do have the moments of like just outwardly being like, "Well, fuck the Jews," you
well,
know.
yeah,
I'm saying like it's weird how your average person could have seen that and been like, and just been like, "Oh yeah, maybe they have a point."
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's
Scary
wild.
is all I'm saying.
It is. It's terrifying how it can all, and it's talking about all the people that Nazis affected, and the queers, the sex workers. The other day, I was talking to a coworker of mine who's extremely anti-Semitic.
Hmm.
Genuinely one of those like, oh, Jews are the worst, like they control all the banks and shit like that. And we were talking. It was a joke of like he would have loved you because blue
Hmm.
eyes and blue. And I was like, well, there's one reason. And he was like, yeah, that you're a Bosnian. And I'm like, no, 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 like about
Yeah,
the homosexuality. And they were like, no, they just didn't like um they just didn't like Romani people and the Jews.
that's not true.
And I went like, you are painting it to be just the people that you don't like,
Yeah, exactly.
when in fact you would have been killed.
Yeah,
A Bosnian, like the fact that
Muslims too. Like
the fact,
he wanted a pure Germany. That's what people have to understand. Is like he wanted white Christian people.
yeah,
Like, and for that to be spread throughout the whole Europe.
yeah,
Everybody else was down. Like,
yeah.
that's it. You're done. And he happened to have
They're just like the Aryan race needed to survive. That's the
exactly.
thing. Um, and Wolfenstein, the games, you play as the main character is a Jew, but like he has very Aryan features. And
Yeah.
there's this part where Fräulein Engel, which very on the nose, like you're
Yeah.
gonna
Couldn't have made a more German name except for Hitler.
no, but like Engel, like it means angel,
Oh yeah.
and then it's like, oh, you're like,
Yeah.
and she goes like, oh, what beautiful Aryan features you have. It's a terrifying
Yeah.
scene. But no, it's this like, and then I had to explain to him like, no, like people like
Yeah.
the reason why faggot as a word exists is because faggot is a bundle of sticks that is used for burning,
Yeah.
and we're supposed to burn. And he was like, oh, that's really intense. And I'm like, yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
there's a reason why people shouldn't say that word.
Yeah, there's like, you don't just whatever. And I don't know, it's a powerful movie. It very like
Yes.
it's one of the quintessential musicals.
And what also I would like to say is that a man. So the movie was made in the 70s
Yeah.
about the 40s of, and they've never written a more well
About the
together.
40s? No, this is
94.
earlier. When did
World War II was
before World War II? This is before
right,
World
but
War
it's
II.
like I think it started at 1941.
I
No,
think it's 20. World War II
no,
start.
World War One was from
Okay, okay.
1918 to like 1914 or something.
Oh, 1939
Yeah,
is the start of World War II. So it's like, let's say 1935 or
yeah,
something like that.
and they've never written a more put together nuanced male character ever
Yeah,
since.
absolutely.
I have not seen a better like well written, because every male character now is very like,
He
oh
has to learn a lesson,
yeah,
and
and
he's
get like, oh, I understand this because of this, and like
yeah,
this happened to me.
he didn't come in being like, I hate the Jews, but now my friend is a Jew,
Yeah, there
so
was
now
none of
all of a
that.
sudden I love the
He was
Jews.
just like, yeah, I don't care, and like understanding also that she is who she is, and didn't have a
Sally
moment of
Bowles, yeah.
yeah of like, I'm a man and you're not going to be with other men, or like anything like that, or being so like, well, but also that he was a bi man, so it was very like,
Yeah,
you know. But
but
I don't know. I love how well, and also his whole point of her getting an abortion wasn't like, how dare you? It
well,
was a
at the beginning it was like, yeah, you could get the abortion, but then he was like, what if
yeah,
he
what
end
if?
up
And
being
then
a
she said
family?
that she wouldn't, and that's where he was like,
Yeah,
well,
that's
fuck
the
off.
problem, that you said you wouldn't, and that,
Yeah,
but originally he was fine with the abortion.
yeah.
Um,
So
Abortion.
abortion,
There's two words that are ruined for us. It's abortion and black.
little black
Little
girl.
black girl.
Oh god.
Anyways, this movie about racism.
Yeah.
Um, It's okay. Want to talk about the songs? Want to talk about the music?
Yeah, let's talk about the song. I said I wanna learn that song. That
Oh,
is
money.
money. Yeah,
Money makes the world go
money
round.
makes the world go round.
Money. They talk
It's
like
so
us.
good.
That they dance like us.
Yeah,
We're just Bob Fosse. So it starts with Willkommen. That's the. I mean, that's the iconic.
yeah,
It's Willkommen, bienvenue. Just an introduction. Just like outside, the life
yeah.
is miserable. Here, life is
Beautiful.
beautiful. And they kind of like make it longer in the stage play, and they go like, "Oh, you want to have sex with Inga? Inga only likes
Girl.
girls."
um,
And then we have Mein Herr. It's a musical for non-musical fans where it's like they sing on the stage. It's
yeah.
not like they talk, and they sing.
I
He can
sing my
talk.
word.
He can talk. He can talk. He can talk. I can sing. Help me, Doctor Zayas. You know what's the main rule in like like if you watch a Disney
Yeah,
movie and if you watch like a lot of musical follow this rules. If the emotion is too strong to say it, you sing it. If the
yeah,
emotion is too strong to sing it, you dance it.
yeah.
So that's like whenever
Love it.
there's like that's why the big emotions are always like a
Yeah.
song. Mine Head is my I think my definite just
Love it.
I, the continent of Europe is so wide. Mine Head. That's only up and down, the side to side. Mine Head. And then we have money.
Yeah, I love money.
It's a lot of like it's like A Star Is Born where it's the song isn't sung by them
Yeah,
in a random conversation, but it is applied to what
yeah.
they're
The
learning through
situation that's
life.
going on, and I love it.
Yeah. And then we have Tomorrow Belongs to Me, which is,
Yeah, it's
Hitlerjugend.
yeah. I I loved her character though so much.
Who's
Liza.
yeah, of course.
It's she too is a very well-rounded person in a like oh she has her issues kind of way.
She's a manic pixie,
She's a manic pixie,
but
but
she
in a
knows it.
yeah in a way that isn't like feel pity for me,
Oh, okay, I didn't find the one with the like original. Um, the third is maybe this time.
Yeah.
Oh. What
God, it's sad.
it is sad.
I
That's
feel like I
depressing.
should have watched that movie in more of a in a different state than I was in.
Yeah, you were a bit
I
silly.
was silly and I was kind of like my throat hurt and I was just like, oh fuck this, I don't care. And I feel like I should like rewatch it with a fresh pair of
There's
eyes.
that whole storyline of the guy, like, of that guy wanting to marry that Jewish girl.
Oh yeah, and then
He's
fully
Jewish in the
being
end.
like, yeah, I'm Jew, but
That
I
I changed
understood I
my
have to fight
identity
it
when in Germany.
because and
Killed her
also
dog.
killed their dog.
The Nazis killed their dog.
I was so funny with this one. They killed the dog, and I was like, oh my god, Nazis were like really bad. Um,
People who are Nazis are bad, right?
no, but I was. What was I going to talk about before you mentioned the dog? You just threw me off.
Completely.
Oh, I love the I love this word for some reason. The economy between like the guy who was like, "Hey, I understand. Like I'm Jewish. I understand this is gonna go someplace that it shouldn't. So I have to change my name, everything to like avoid it." And the other guy being so like, "Oh, nothing's gonna come out of this.
Yeah.
Fuck that. They're small. They're a
Oh
small
yeah, there's
party. It doesn't
yeah
matter."
that guy who flirts with both of them,
Yeah,
who
the
flirts with
rich guy.
Liza Minnelli and the main guy.
Yeah,
Um,
he's the entire time being so
oh, the
nonchalant and being
Nazis
like
are just a bunch of hooligans
this bunch of
that
hooligans
that
and
will control the communists, and
yeah,
when they control the communists, we control them.
them, and that's like, oh, he just thinks he's ahead of it, that nothing's gonna come out of it, and I love that being portrayed as like
Because
because
that's
I
how
think a lot of people that they feel that
I
way
feel.
about Trump now.
I feel like that's how we would have thought.
Yeah,
Like,
and
oh,
it's
there's no way they're gonna win.
yeah, that's not gonna happen, and then lo and behold,
He gets beaten up for talking about his rights. Like
yeah.
he tears up like a Nazi. Like this is a bunch of Scheiße.
Ugh,
What a great movie.
it really
And
is.
then, what's your favorite musical number? Is it?
Money.
Okay, it really
Because
is
they
money.
dance like
Like
really, but
genuinely like us.
I love all of Liza Minnelli, like her solos.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So which one is it? Maybe this time or Cabaret or Mine Head? It could be Mine Head.
I like Mine Head, but it's I think maybe this time is more. I feel
Yeah.
like she should have done it more intensely, though. I feel like she should have like went off the roster
But
singing.
I think it was like she just started.
Yeah, started losing it a
Started.
bit, but
No, no, no. She
totally.
just started falling in love. That's what she was like. Maybe she was
Uh, yeah,
like
maybe.
genuinely she thought that maybe this time she'll be
Yeah,
lucky. Mine is if you could see her through my eyes.
yeah.
Because what a like it's
It's
if you didn't watch the movie, it's this scene like at
it's
the
kind
end
of
of it.
cheeky and funny, but it's also like what the fuck.
Yeah, no, at the end of the movie, the two Jews get married,
Yeah.
and he goes like, "I am a Jew, like let's go," and there's this song and dance number where the MC, that's the like main guy who's the common, he goes like, it's this whole song of like I see past her faults and she's so beautiful to me and he's so like if you could see her through my eyes he's so in love and it's this woman dressed as a monkey.
Yeah. So he's singing it to the monkey, being so like, and I love this monkey. This monkey's
He
like,
gives her a huge nose ring
yeah,
like and a banana and she eats it and then you're laughing and then at the end he's like if you could see her through my eyes she wouldn't look Jewish at all. And then
and
it's
you're
like it's like oh we just watched a dehumanization
yeah,
of a people, it's it's
Jesus.
terrifying. um well let's say like a lot of representation for a movie from the 70s.
Yeah, that's what I was so shocked to see. Like, it wasn't implied.
They're fighting about the dude
Yeah,
and
being
he
like,
goes like the main character goes like screw him and then she goes like
I did.
I did and he so
So
did
did
I.
I. And they just keep being together, which I think is so fun. Like the two of them. That's what I mean. Of
I
like,
love bisexual women.
I look at them and their boyfriends. What I say, like what I love about the way he's written, it's there's zero of like toxic masculinity
Yeah,
involved in that, and there is a point like he's telling her the entire time, but it always comes with her drinking all the time. It
yeah,
comes in a point where he looks at a bottle next to her or something, which he never made a thing, but you see it and you're
yeah,
like, he's telling her, being like, you need to stop doing this for your own good
yeah,
type thing. Every fight kind of revolves around that. It's never like, how dare you cheat on me, something. And for them to also, because even when she got pregnant, she was like, I don't know whose baby it is, and he's
yeah.
like, it's fine,
There's a
it's
high
mine.
chance that it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's fine, we'll raise it together. There isn't a moment of like, oh my god.
No, because he was from the start he was very progressive, but then he
Yeah.
grew like maybe he didn't know about his bisexuality or
Yeah.
something like that. But at the end, he didn't go from bad guy to good guy. He
Mhm.
went from like understanding guy to
Yeah.
more understanding about himself and his own.
Yeah.
Liza doesn't change a little bit.
Thing. Yeah.
Liza keeps being herself, and it's. I think now there's a pandemic. I mean, there was a pandemic in the early 2010s and
Mhm.
late 2000s of like just making the most like manic pixies. Like I'm gonna come here and change this man's life and
Yeah.
leave, and my story is not important.
Yeah.
Um, and then she, for somebody who's like a first manic pixie, was a deconstruction of manic pixie.
Yeah,
Like
fully.
it's so weird. Like imagine
Mhm.
if you make a new thing and there was like, and this is what's wrong with it.
Yeah, fully.
And she just at the end sings cabaret and is this song about like, I'm gonna end up in an early grave.
Yeah, and that's my life, and that's what I
I'm
want
gonna
it to
die
be.
tragically young, and I'm gonna pop pills and
Yeah.
booze around, and I'm not gonna have kids, and I'm gonna be like
Yeah,
this.
this just
Oh, I
watered
always
down
want to be
kind
an
of.
actress, but I'm never gonna be an actress. Constantly lying to people, being
Yeah.
like, "Oh, me and my dad have never been closer." Meanwhile, he always stands her up.
Yeah.
Gee, kid, hope nos don't fall off.
Love
Dad.
dad. Reaches the end of time. But there is kind of like a poetry to that. I always thought, I don't know why, but I did always like kind of
About what?
the the tragic life story of a, I'm gonna go to Hollywood and make it.
I mean, that's the most.
It's the
I
most
feel like it's
basic
the
one.
most story ever
Yeah.
told. We're what
It's the most story ever. But
cabaret burlesque is the same.
yeah,
I'm gonna make it big.
yeah, and then like getting washed up somewhere in some club, and that's how your life is gonna end. And it's
Oh no
like,
no no no. She
makes it.
makes it, but not in Hollywood. In the burlesque business,
Yeah,
she becomes a dancer.
But I don't know. There was kind of like, I know, not just in like storytelling. I think in real life when it happens,
I told you the creepiest part of making this show,
Mhm.
like if you do like a stage production, is like the women who are exactly like Sally Malls, who are
Mhm.
gonna be like, "This is my chance as an
Yeah,
actress," and it's like, ooh.
yeah.
But there's Liza Minnelli,
So hey,
love Liza Minnelli.
love Liza Minnelli.
The way she does her little hand
Hmm.
gestures and she dances and she's so skinny, but she's also a little bit fat.
It's great. I love
um, what's your biggest accomplishment? Being alive.
her.
You know what's not ironically Liza Minnelli's best performance? Arrested Development. Shame be
She's
damned! Caution to the wind! My husband's just a phone call away. Gee, I wish he'd save that up for his lawyer, not you. At least he's in prison, not in an urn. What a great show. Look what the homosexuals have done to me. No, she a drag queen for Snatch Game did Liza Minnelli. It was so like there's nothing like playing the palace. Mama played the palace, and I was there in the front row and she singing right to me, and all the other homosexuals. Liza with a Z. That's the Z. Man, Eliza with a Z. Because if you don't go, you go.
Yeah.
Um, and then cabaret is yeah, cabaret.
It's cabaret.
It's cabaret. That's the one where she's like, "This,
Yeah, put my whole back pussy.
I'm gonna, that's yeah." But like, I'm saying like this is like, I am gonna die tomorrow. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. So I'm not gonna grow. I'm not
yeah,
gonna. There's an understanding with her that she's not growing.
yeah.
She's
I'm.
not changing,
Yeah,
and probably is gonna end up in like a concentration camp or something. You
yeah.
know, it's
Which is just devastating. I don't know. It's such a like
no, because
trope, but it's so. I get it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it's
no, because there's this whole thing of like everybody thinks they're gonna be Schindler.
yeah. They're not.
No,
That's
no, you're
yeah,
not. You won't send people. You wouldn't send Jews to concentration camps. And I'm saying this as somebody who would have gone to a concentration camp.
yeah.
There's no way of keeping this under
Hidden.
the cover.
Yeah.
Would we be a beard?
Honestly, in a different life, most likely,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Just because aside from the paper and aside from lying to people, we are.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, but I'm saying like there's no hiding this. I'll be like, I have a wife.
She's fabulous. Let me tell
She's fabulous. Not fat. She's not fat. She's skinny, but like a little bit fat. We have this podcast. We talk about things that are mother. Darling, you should come over. We have the gayest, meaning happy,
Happy
parties.
Um, no, but it's a great movie.
It's a great movie. It's beautiful.
Movie about
It's a beautiful story about Nazis. No, but there's this point of genuine like how do my coworker in like anti-Semitism is a thing that's very popular in Bosnia.
Yeah,
More than like because we're Muslims, but it's more than like hating on Christians because
yeah.
Christians live with us, so
But it's also a
we're
thing.
forced to not like we're forced to be like shh, be polite.
Yeah,
But then Jews, because we don't see them, we're
Yeah.
like, oh, they control all the.
yeah.
And
But
I'm
that it's genuinely just from what you've been fed by the media. It has nothing to do with like, anything.
not by the media, just by your parents,
But
by
that's the thing. Parents got it from the media. There wasn't a point in time where we had any issues with Jewish people.
yeah,
Because it's like, yeah, we had the war, but the war was between the Christians and the Muslims. Like it was that. You
Yeah.
know? It was never like a thing of
and now like the only reason that we don't speak up about I mean not me, of course, I'm but like a lot of people, the only reason they don't speak up about Christians is courtesy,
yeah.
being nice to them, but inside they're like, oh, these fucking
Just fucking
Protestants or
yeah.
Christians or whatever. And
It's weird. I don't understand how I, from the age of 10, had the understanding of you cannot like what a group of people did to you with understanding that not every single person in that group.
do you want an answer? Tinani. That's why
Let's be like no, but like they would talk about war and everything that happened. It would always be like like Christians and whatever. Like it was that atmosphere, especially in my household, where it was like And I'm like, but because when I was like very young, like 11, 12, I was very into Severina.
Yeah.
And we had like a group of people that I would talk to that was like that. It's a fandom. It was a fan club, and I found this girl, and she was from Serbia. We were the same age, and we were both like obsessed with her. Would send each other, and she became like a really close friend of mine at the time.
Yeah.
And I was so like, I loved her. Whatever her name was, Anna. To this day, I don't remember the people I work with now.
Yeah.
I'm like, Anna, I love you.
Love
And
Anna.
we were talking about it, and then like in a completely different conversation, my parents were being like, Christians, whatever. And I'm like, but what did she do? And they're like, no, but I'm not saying her. And I'm like, but you
But
are.
there's you're saying
You're
Christians.
saying the Serbs.
Yeah, you're saying
She's
the
a Serb.
Serbs.
And
Yeah.
like, what are we talking about here? And I like debates since I was 10.
No,
It's like,
because when you say things like that, you think of all of them.
yeah,
Like the first time I've heard about gay people was about like pederčina,
yeah,
and the first time I heard about black people was crnčuga.
yeah,
Because usually on TV, when I crnčuga is basically like our word for word.
yeah,
On TV, when I would see people of different races, I'd be like, "That's not a thing."
yeah.
I don't see color.
Yeah.
I was like in primary school, and like I saw my best friend, and then we like exchanged outfits so my parents wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
But he was black. Isn't that darling? No, but we didn't grow up around people of different skin colors, except the Romani people, and they are
The most,
ostracized.
yeah,
Like
shunned
it's just
people.
like my my grandma will give me like $50, and she was like, a gypsy will break your neck for that. Hide it.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's also like, how do you expect people to you're creating a divide between people.
Yeah.
And of course then the hate will come from them towards us. And then there's never gonna be any unity in that.
And then it's also weird, like if you're like, oh, I'm friends with this guy and he's gay, Jewish, whatever. You go like, oh, what a well-behaved, well-educated child.
Yeah.
Being like, look at him not seeing these differences. You're perpetuating
Yeah.
those differences,
You're
Mary.
making it a thing. Nobody else.
Yeah. No, it's weird to think of also like I grew up next to these people who are, I think, Serbian.
Yeah.
Because it's prije that it's Republika Srpska.
Yeah.
And for me, it wasn't a difference. It was just a thing of like they bring us cookies on Easter, and we give them stuff on like Bayram. You know, she was a nice person, and she makes those little bread thingies, and I loved them. And then recently, her husband, who now he's a husband, he used to be a boyfriend for a long time, and I really don't like him. He has this thing of like, I'm smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like there's this game called BioShock, and it's like there's a BioShock 3 is called BioShock Infinite, and it's set in like it's called Columbia. Like it's in the clouds and it's shit like that, and it's basically a retelling of American history.
Yeah.
And then at one point they give you a ball and they go like, hit the black man.
Jesus.
And then you have the choice of like hitting the black man or hitting the person who told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's American history.
Yeah.
And he went like, and this is like, if we're talking about woke culture and how people hate it, it existed always.
Yeah.
Because it was like 2012 when I was talking to him about it, and he was like, I just hate how they force that into it. Like, why do you have to make it about race? It's about American history, you nitwit.
You nitwit. I love nitwit.
But no, recently they invited my grandma for their wedding, and grandma was like, I'm gonna make you a cake, and he was like, can you make us baklava?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you make the best baklava. And then my dad, and I was so like, because I didn't like that guy from the beginning, and his wife doesn't have his, but that the only way he would end up with anybody is with a very nice person.
Yeah.
With a deeply like.
Yeah.
So, and my dad was like, yeah, it's because he doesn't want to enter any other Muslim household.
Jesus.
And I was like, wow, like,
yeah.
I didn't realize it. I didn't like that somebody that I knew that was nice to me has this opinion about my heritage.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just like, wow.
So
no, she, of course, was great. She's, the bee's knees. Well, she introduced me to the hours.
If we all collectively just had one understanding of you need to meet a person individually to know what they are like.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like every single prejudice would be solved.
It's sometimes okay, you might have prejudices because of your personal experiences. I for the longest time have not met a mature asexual person.
Okay.
And in my head, like it did happen that I was like, oh, these people are just like not
Yeah.
Like they didn't get the maturity level to like get to sex and shit like that. Okay, or relationships. Now, one of the most mature people I know
Yeah.
is asexual, and I'm like, okay, no,
There you
it's
go.
I met a person who is, and it's I didn't like she told me she's asexual, but if she told me in the beginning, even with that prejudice, I wouldn't have been like, ooh, you're immature. I
Hmm.
would have been like, oh, let me get to know you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
Hmm.
and because and also she got to explain it to me. My thing is with us, with the queers, with
Yeah.
everything, it's the like expectation that somebody should just know.
Yeah.
Somebody like somebody didn't in their life think about how it's like for a gay person,
Yeah.
and then for me to be like, oh fuck you,
Yeah.
like you should know that I've been ostracized.
Yeah. No, I
And
mean,
that's what like I had an asexual friend, um,
mhm.
the worst, and like because she was like the worst person, and she would be one of those people who, well, asexual people sometimes have sex and sometimes have attraction. It's like,
Hmm.
okay,
Okay.
skip us all. And I had a friend who genuinely like she admitted like, oh, this is a trauma thing for me
Yeah.
because she went to like she was scared and went to sleep in her parents' bed and then woke up and they were having sex.
That is scary. Oh my god.
That
Did you ever
is
walk in on your parents having sex? Did I ask you that
no, no,
already?
no, because the bathroom was here, their bedroom was here, so I'd
Mhm.
just be like, oh, they're hugging.
Uh,
I didn't understand that it was sex.
yeah.
Um,
I know one time when we came back from a wedding or something, my mom went to my dad's room and then after they were done, she came.
your mom went to your dad's room.
Yeah, they didn't sleep in the same room because he snored. Um, hilarious.
I'm holding a mirror to it.
Um, so she came back after they were done, whatever. She took a shower, she came back and like slept with me in my bed. And I was like, girl, who you fooling? I know what you did in there. And then one time I heard them, but that was it.
Amina one time went to the kitchen and like felt sound of a hand cooling the door.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a quickie.
yeah.
Found my dad's porn. He
That's
likes the
fun.
same porn that Amina likes. It's
That's
porn
weird.
made for women.
Yeah.
He fancies himself like a
Yeah.
feminist.
Okay.
It's not that he isn't a feminist. You're just too selfish to be anything.
Yeah. My dad likes Paris, like I think European. I think he just likes a hairy pussy at this point. I'm just like, okay.
I could go well with her dad. If my children find my part, it's like there isn't a homosexual thing he doesn't like except scat.
Yeah, there doesn't exist.
Other than that, like the things I've seen, the journeys I went through, and it's so much stuff that I'm not even scarred at this
Yeah,
stage.
at this point, I'm just like hoping for his well being. I don't. Oh,
Yeah, do you have a mother of the week?
you go. I'll think of
Mine's
some.
honest because he came
Okay.
and it was like a fun time and we
Yeah.
hung out. And well, the stuff with Anna sometimes she has very like boyish humor,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go like, "Are you sexist?"
Sorry, sorry.
But then we talked about like woke video games and shit like that, and I was like, "Can you believe like?" I was like, the new Witcher game is coming out, and you're playing as a woman
Mm-hmm.
main character, woman male character,
Women male. Okay.
and
Is it because of woke?
yeah, and literally, I found out about Witcher 5 coming out or
Mm-hmm.
Witcher 4 because somebody wrote like, "Y'all are upset about playing with her," and I was like, "Oh, Witcher
Hey,
game."
hey.
And then everyone's going, "She's so ugly," and they're doing like. Whenever I see genuinely people like the woman in this video game is not pretty enough. I showed you the one from Horizon Zero Dawn, the ginger one.
Mm-hmm.
People genuinely like edit them, and it looks like those like unique when they do the like face, like who? Like when they did the girl from Hereditary, goes, unique. And I talked to about it to Honest, and he was like, "They're so hot," and I was like, "Thank you."
Thank you. Yeah.
Like I don't expect you to be like, oh, like I
Yeah.
understand the rights of this, just not being like. And then he went like, and yeah, the girl from like she has a body. She has
Mm-hmm.
like she doesn't have boobs, but
Yeah.
because she's a warrior, she's a fighter.
Yeah.
And I
She's
was like,
gotta
no,
be.
because sometimes he does make like jokes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
are you? The thing with like recently with him, when I'm talking about it, it's like scary to think how maybe your friend has like very sexist
Yeah.
opinions, but he's just shutting up because you're around.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that, she's
That
scared of
is.
that with Adi all the time.
Yeah.
You me?
Unique. Um. I don't know if I have a mother of the week, honestly, so I can just talk about Catherine Hahn for a second.
She's mother of the week.
She's mother of the week, and
You
dude, because I've watched a lot of her things, and I'm becoming pretty obsessed, and but it's fun. Like I'm having a lot of fun. My thing
Our
is,
wicked obsession is not fun.
no, that's not fun at all. I'm getting an ulcer. Like it's not. Gonna,
It's I can't. Recently, I've listened to the like whole second act because I listened to just a few songs from the second act. The whole day because I knew about For Good,
yeah.
and then I found out about the finale,
Uh
and I'm just at a call, and I'm like, okay, also halten Sie jetzt den Einschätzung für 1 Minute. Ich starte den Timer. It's
huh.
been changed better, but because I knew you. It's so wicked.
It's devastating. I can't.
It's not a fun obsession.
It's not a fun obsession because it's making me want to throw up every time. It's so intense for me, and I don't because let's get one thing straight. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's the best musical.
It's
It's
the only time.
perfect.
It's the only time in my life I've had tears of joy. The
Yeah,
only time in my entire life.
yeah. But why am I so like it's not that deep to a point where I want to die over
I
it.
feel like that's what it is. It's because it's not a deep thing. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
sort of a surface level
yeah,
song with a bit of depth.
yeah,
It's very on the nose. It's very like,
yeah. But
and
it's
that's why it resonates because if somebody made something to be that like, see, look, this is about racism.
yeah,
Like if somebody managed to do that and still make you feel that
yeah,
emotional, that's a you know.
yeah. It's brilliant. No, but Catherine Hahn, I, as we all know, have an affinity towards the older generation of women.
Me too.
Girl.
Me too, girl.
Um,
Me too. Like all the boys playing football outside.
I love me with my mom's friend, and I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. No, but it's so it's that, and then I have it, and it's intense for me because I. But my thing is, I always have a good grasp on reality,
Okay.
so I get to experience. Jan,
Okay.
I get to experience the intense emotions of a delusional person, but still be able to reel myself back in. You know,
Yeah.
because I feel like the way because I went on that
Yeah,
path.
yeah, like you don't genuinely crush on celebrities.
Yeah, I'm not
Like you
gonna.
don't get the tingly feelings. You're
I
just like,
do.
I'm obsessed with this thing. Okay.
I do, but in a way of I understand. Duh, nothing's gonna come out of this. I can get to a very borderline obsessive stalker emotion, but come back from it and be like, okay, this is like whatever. It's just a fun little hobby for me.
I
Let's
think
say.
I rarely feel that like butterfly feeling
Mhm,
for people. And then you have the Holy Quadrilogy.
mhm.
It's I think there's like a first one too. It's Heath Ledger
Uh-huh.
on you know,
Yeah, it's him and then 10 spaces and then
and
the
then
second
yeah,
person.
and then it's him, and then it's 10 spaces, and it's him, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it's Heath Ledger,
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Harrison Ford is a weird one for you. I don't know why.
why?
I don't know. I just don't see because he's so like conventionally like, oh, Harrison Ford. You know,
No,
you
because
usually go for the
I go for charm, and
yeah,
Harrison Ford
yeah,
is,
that's true.
and these four men are both both. These four men are both. These four men are all insanely attractive with
Yeah,
insane charisma,
yeah,
and that's what
which
I fall for.
yeah,
So it's, I mean, like Seth Rogen isn't on the list, you know.
yeah, fair.
So it's Heath Ledger, Harrison Ford. Let me come.
Mhm.
Um, then it's Jeff Goldblum, and then Jonathan Bailey. If
Which
those four men were in a room together, I'd die.
I died.
I genuinely
I
like
know.
there would be like an over like
Yeah, explosion just
come
kills. Yeah,
everywhere
everywhere.
in this room.
Um,
And then also like weirdly, I felt that. I mean, I felt that as a kid too. Like a few like that. It was like more about like finding out you're gay.
mhm.
Like, oh, I have these feelings for this
Yeah.
boy, but when I watched Steven Universe, when I saw his voice actor, I just felt this like
Yeah.
connection, like me and you should be together. And if I see those people on the street, I will not approach them
Yeah.
because for their safety.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my so for me it's Kate Blanchett, duh. Sarah Paulson,
Yeah,
duh. Catherine Hahn, but I feel like when it comes like now I'm really into Catherine Hahn, but it could go away and come back, kind
yeah.
of a
Maybe it's
circle.
like a Severino
But
thing.
yeah, but with Kate Blanchett and Sarah Paulson, I'm always like, you will always be my top ones. I will, no matter what happens in this world, you're my everything. I love you. But it is Catherine Hahn. It is Helena oh, I keep
Helena Bonham Carter.
Bottom Carter. Thank you. It is wait, who else? Give me, I don't know, Gillian Anderson. Anyone. I literally had a moment of laying in my bed going like this. Women, hands and long black hair or like short blonde hair, and suits. Women in suits. Talking to myself, it's hilarious.
Not
Like
to your phone
no,
to
just
like have it etch
no.
the thing.
It's just going like women hands and blonde
That's the
short
thing.
hair.
Like when you do it, it's like an ethereal lesbian longing,
Yeah.
and when I do it, I'm a gooner getting on. But it's the thing of also I'm sitting in the corner being like, yes, fine.
But while I'm talking about Kate Blanchett, like, and she's this beautiful presence, and when she walks into a room, it's like every eye is attached.
I don't
Um,
know. For these four men, I don't have words. I don't have like, ooh, his
it's just
ears.
like,
Uh, I just like I think of them and I'm instantly like loosen up my buttons, but like it's a dance.
oh, I gotta go. I told my mom like 3:30, and I see her.
Okay,
So
okay.
dressed. But yeah, Catherine Hahn, I love you, and if you ever want to have sex, I'm here.
Bye.
Bye.